I'm famous for being beautiful, gorgeous, amazing, and talented. And runway supermodel.
She's just trying to seek Insta fame, you know, through social media, trying to go viral.
Talent! I'm live 24/7. One night, I fell asleep during my live stream.
The night that she was streaming herself sleeping, I had zero clue that she was streaming on the internet.
My dad decided that it would be a good idea to yell at my sister, completely stealing my spotlight.
When I tell you to do something, I'm still the boss of you. Am I not?
I literally woke up and people were just making fun of me.
I called Maya, yelling at her to take this video down. I was extremely hot.
You unless you think I got money, you gonna move the out.
I was coming unglued. She called the police and live streamed that 911 call.
Emergency police assistant.
I'm like seriously in fear for my life. He's threatening to kill me, he's threatening all this stuff, and it's like, I'm really scared.
I noticed that she was still live streaming from the hotel room that she went to that evening. She eventually did get on the phone with me.
You are a narcissistic drama queen, okay? You are.
My dad was just totally lying about me to embarrass me. He even said I was dead to him.
I wish you the best. Goodbye. You're dead to me.
And I meant it then, and I mean it now.
Till this day, I have not contacted my dad whatsoever. He's just a jealous hater.
Maya is all about trying to be Insta famous.
My biggest fear is that my dad's going to use this narrative to make me look like a liar.
Well, they haven't seen each other since Dad kicked her out a month and a half ago. So, Jim, come on out now. Have a seat. Why did you kick her out?
She had, that day, she had made a video of doing a tour of her sister's room and had invaded what I consider invading her sister's privacy. And once I took off the Wi-Fi, and what I didn't know was the whole evening she was doing her streams, I guess bashing me on the internet to her fans.
You got a lot of attention for a video that you didn't want to go out, but it went out, right?
No, that's not true.
What happened?
So what happened was I was just being famous, and one of my viewers reposted the clip.
What do you mean you were just being famous? How do you be famous?
I guess just being like gorgeous, beautiful, amazing, talented, and just a celebrity, you know?
So you're gorgeous,
Beautiful, amazing, and
talented, and a celebrity?
Yeah. And you know what? Like, I can't just not be gorgeous, so I just don't really care, you know?
And how do you define famous?
Just me. I knew I was born famous, a superstar.
And if
Shut
you're
up.
no, hold on. Seriously, I'm trying to figure this out so I
Yeah.
know. You're famous in whose other than yours, whose eyes are you famous in?
The Globe.
The Globe.
Yeah.
On YouTube, you have less than 10,000 subscribers.
Oh no, that's yeah, like that's, you know, it's a glitch. It's a glitch.
No, it's not a glitch. It's the number of followers or subscribers you have.
No, Dr. Phil, it's 100% a glitch. It's, you know, it's supposed to be a capital B at the end, not a K at whatever. I think I'm at 7 billion.
Do you know what the world population is?
I don't keep up with, you know, the pores really.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Well, the world population is around 7 billion. So are you saying that everybody in the world?
Yeah, I just said I'm famous.
Everybody in the
globe.
world follows you?
Yeah, I mean, duh. Like I'm globe famous. I'm global globe famous.
Well, there aren't enough people that have access to YouTube to have 7 billion of them
Not a
following you.
technologist. I'm just a celebrity.
A month and a half ago, Maya says she was trolling people while live streaming on a video chat site. She says people got so upset with her and tried to cancel her even after she posted an apology video.
One day, I was just doing my thing being famous, and I decided to just troll. How pathetic can you be? You're fat, you're ugly, you look deformed. I was live the entire time. I saw this girl with the ugliest hairline. It is a wig. Oh my god, that's embarrassing. Leukemia? Do you have cancer? Oh my god, do you have cancer? And I was like, oh, you know, messed up hairline, wig, and oh, wig, cancer. You know, I just connected the dots. She wasn't actually wearing a wig. You are such a loser. You're wearing a wig because you're bald, huh? No. I thought everything I said was funny. I thought it was hilarious. I'll literally take all your cancer money. I'm going to sue you for all your wigs and chemo. Despite what you jealous haters think, like, I have morals. I would never attack anybody who's like a minor, visibly disabled. I knew she didn't have cancer. The video got reposted. People were saying things like, you're gonna find me, kill me. These cancer patients wanted an apology, so I gave them a apology. I am sorry, yes! I'm apologizing because, like, I really feel bad. I feel like it was a pretty good apology. I am so S-O-R-Y. What's that spell? Sorry. I really want Dr. Phil to clear my name because I really didn't do anything.
May I say something, Dr. Phil?
Yeah.
You know, you said that you don't talk about minors, but you've done, when I watched a lot of your past streams, you've done nothing but relentlessly talk about how fat and disgusting and ugly your younger sister is.
That is poverty propaganda, and I literally didn't hear anything. I only hear money, and it sounded poor. But yeah, no, that's not even true. That is definitely over-exaggerating, 100% fully lying.
I noticed in the bottom left-hand corner of that, you had a pink thing there. You're raising money to $500,000 to buy a Lamborghini?
Yes, a pink Lamborghini.
Yeah, and how much have you raised?
I don't really keep track.
Yeah,
And
that
they
says
were-
you've raised $5,303, which is 1.3% of your goal of
Yeah,
getting
but
a
that was like, you
Lamborghini.
know, probably the 10th one repeat. You know, I just like, you know, I just want what I want. I mean, yeah, I've said racist things all my lives, you know. I've said that Germans were Nazis, Mexicans were all poor, but like that doesn't make me racist. Target is on forehead. Yes, real Hinduism vibe. When I say those things, it's not like it's coming out of a place of hate. Most people know that I'm joking.
These things that she says are racist.
Get your ass back to cooking rice!
Our family is very multi-ethnic. She's experienced multiple cultures. She's also part Asian. For her to attack other minorities, it was just painful to watch.
You've had racist comments about Mexicans, Germans, Indians, mocking religion, such as praying for forgiveness or Hinduism, mocking disabilities and illnesses such as Down syndrome, cancer, and autism, commenting on gender and sexuality, transgender and gay. You fat shame people and you tell them that they're ugly. What's the purpose?
I'm obviously joking. Like, it's just saying random things.
Am I talking to a persona here? Am I talking to a character
This
here?
is not, I don't know this person sitting across from me. This is not my daughter. This is a character. I'm looking at this person as like a stranger to me.
Yeah.
What's the character? This is just very annoying because you've said a lot more
That's a lot.
offensive and hateful things
So I
my
have live
entire
streams
life.
and
You've
videos
said
doing this?
just because you don't make videos about it doesn't mean you don't make those comments. I was simply trolling.
You're famous for trolling?
Not necessarily. I like to be well-rounded. I'm famous for being beautiful, smart, having a really big brain. Like, I do trolling, I do cooking, I like to be well-rounded.
Jim says Maya has told her followers a trove of lies about him, including that he allegedly abused her growing up. Well, Maya claims that's not a lie. She says that's 100% true.
My dad has been physically abusive, emotionally abusive, and mentally abusive for as far back as I could remember.
You come clean this mess up right now.
Get away from me, I'll clean it!
Clean it now.
I remember my dad calling me a bitch, a whore, telling me to commit suicide. My dad has physically abused me in numerous ways.
I've never abused my daughter. Back in her younger years, she had been seeing a counselor. They saw bruises on her. She had told these professionals that I was beating her. The actual truth was the bruises on her were from when she would have meltdowns. I would be restraining her. I would have to hold her from her arms. So she would have bruises here on her upper arms.
Put that plate in the sink.
How am I gonna sleep when you're all up in my face? I need
Because you threw this food. You lost control of your temper.
Everything I've ever said regarding my dad has been nothing less but 100% fully the truth.
I believe that Maya's making these statements of abuse to draw empathy to her as a way to play the victim herself and to garner sympathy from the internet.
He's a monster.
Okay, are you abusive? Have you been abusive to Maya?
I mean, if I get angry and raise my voice to my daughters, and that's part of how I'm disciplining them, I don't feel like it's, as she puts it out, it's constant and nonstop.
Okay, well, now answer my question.
Yes, sir.
Are you verbally, mentally, emotionally abusive
No,
to your
sir.
daughters?
If I had been between the police visits, doctors, counselors, therapists, she wouldn't have been living with me up until she was 18.
Well, here's a little bit of what Maya's live stream caught while she was sleeping, and Jim is in the background, and this is one of the things he objected to her putting out there.
Listen to me. Why ain't you listening to me? I told you several times, drop your attitude. It's not helping you. Has you getting pissy and getting on your mom helped you? Has it? It's not. I'm about to not help you at all. Because that's pissing me off. And I don't like that woman. Okay, I don't care if it hurts your feelings. I'm not telling you not to love your mom. But your mom's okay? Your mom is a narcissistic, selfish whore. That's what she is. She's a whore that cheated on a bunch of fuck around. Thank God I don't have no STDs. Whose life has gotten better compared to me and your mom? My life's feeling good right now. I'm about to get a Corvette. I'm the healthiest I've ever been. My health is getting better. My job is hopefully about to get really good this year. I'm getting a great car.
Okay, that's you, right?
Yeah, that is me.
Oh,
And you're
that's
talking to
nothing.
her younger sister?
Yes.
That sounds pretty abusive.
That's nothing though,
So
Dr.
she had a phone conversation with her mother where she was giving her mother a lot of attitude, and I repeatedly asked her to drop the attitude.
So you were taking up for her mother?
I was chewing her out over the phone call, her not listening to drop her
Because it
attitude.
sounds to me like you were really dogging on her mother.
I mean, yes, at that point of conversation,
You
and
were
I
calling her a
apologize.
whore and a
I
number of other
apologize
things.
to that. I did a response video where part of that was me apologizing for some of the things I said.
Has he yelled at you that way?
That's nothing, Dr. Phil. That's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
When my dad decided to announce my medical records, I wasn't surprised. That's who my dad is.
She has been to psychiatrists and psychologists, at least 6 doctors, 2 behavioral health institutions. She's been on multiple medications, had multiple diagnoses. She one time threatened to jump out of a 4-story apartment window, and that caused a lot of attention.
Part of my statement was to defend myself. There was a lot of comments that were accusing me of not addressing her mental health and getting her the help that she needed.
The only doctors I've ever seen were appointed by CPS, Child Protective Services.
I've spent over $40,000 in the past 7-8 years on her mental health and well-being.
My dad's poor. Total lie. Like he sold his house to buy a car.
Maya was diagnosed with Asperger's, ODD, depression, anxiety, borderline personality disorder.
He would want me to have as many diagnoses as possible, but it's like I'm just depressed and anxious.
I've done above and beyond the call of duty as a parent to try to get her help.
My mental health history is just another mask for him to protect himself and deflect from the abuse he put me through.
Okay, Jim, I got to ask you, what are you thinking? Why are you going on the internet and saying these things about your own child?
Because hundreds of comments are coming in about how I'm an abusive parent, how I've not gotten her the proper behavioral mental health care, that she needs to be seen by a doctor, psychiatrist. I'm getting all these messages where people are making an assumption that she has never had any help or attention in her life for that. And that was part of my response.
These are people you don't know.
People I don't know. But again, I have, I'm an author, I'm a cybersecurity expert. I have things that my character reputation is being called into question, so.
You were clearly attempting to derogate her.
And this was less than 24 hours later after she called 911 and she
Right.
left the house.
I get there are
was-
justifications you're pointing to, but
I'm just
a
simply saying I was very
parent doesn't
emotional. Yeah.
a parent doesn't do that with one of their own children, whatever age they are, whether they're 30 or 13. You don't publicly humiliate someone in your own family. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, and I think I was emotional because I felt I had been publicly humiliated by her.
I was just happy I left safely. Nobody cared about it. He's the one that blew this up.
Well,
He
here's an
knew I was
excerpt of
live, so
what
he
Jim
called me.
said on a live stream phone call with Maya shortly after he kicked her out of his house.
You are a narcissistic drama queen. You can't do the basic things like bathe, take a bath.
Save your breath. This is just the beginning.
Enjoy
This
your
is just
life.
the beginning.
I wish you the best. Goodbye. You're dead to me.
You're dead to me. And when we were talking to you in an interview, and you said, I said it then and I say it now, you say she's still dead to you.
All that's changed is 3 weeks have passed.
Seems
Dr.
like
Phil.
I'm alive.
I'm trying to figure out whether you're playing a character or if in fact you suffer from some type of mental illness. You know you don't have 7 billion followers.
Sure, whatever. Yeah, yes, Dr. Phil, I know I don't.
Okay, Jim says Maya has been defiant for years, and getting her to clean or do simple tasks like bathe were a constant struggle. Well, we'll talk about that when we come back.
Before I kicked her out of my house, her room was a constant mess. Food, trash in her room. In regards to her hygiene, Maya would go through phases where she would not bathe for a couple days in a row.
Because I just love showering. Showering is my thing. Yeah, I took a shower. Yeah, I shower.
And in one particular incident, she threw a plate of food downstairs instead of bringing it down.
You threw this food and you spit on my floor. You clean this now.
That's pretty much how it gets in our household.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how we got into this situation, and so I've looked at some of the things from past years before this popped up to see what the relationship dynamic was. And I found this videotape interesting, and I'd like for the two of them to comment on it after we take a look.
Now, why? What's so wrong with Daddy giving you hugs?
Because I kept hugging you and then you kept saying, oh, wait, tickle.
I didn't tickle. I said, give me hugs.
Then I hugged you and then you were acting like you're gonna tickle me when we were sitting, and then you kept saying, hug, more hug, wait, and then you kept hugging me.
Well, give me hugs.
Tighter.
Give me hugs.
Yeah.
Why you have to act like this? Give me hugs. It's just hugs.
What's your characterization of that interaction?
That was we were overseas, and that was maybe a month before her mother last moved in. We were separated, and so we were trying to discuss a possible reconciliation. And so I noticed that Maya's behavior had turned to situations similar to that, and then after her mother came to live with us, then it resulted in the episode where she eventually threatened to jump out of a window. But I just noticed that.
Well,
this
hell, I
was a
think I might want to
change.
jump out of a window if you're badgering me like that. Well, what do you?
That's
I-
nothing. That's
don't-
nothing.
But I mean, seriously, didn't that? As you look at that now, doesn't it seem like you're?
It was
Cornering?
just, it just felt odd that she was not wanting to give me a hug. It just felt odd and strange to me.
You live streamed a 911 call.
Yeah, no. So there's two separate occurrences, and that's where the confusion comes from. My sister's banging on my door with my dad on the phone, loud phone, and he's yelling these threats to me. I went back on live because
That's not true.
I was in fight or flight mode and I did not know what was happening. Because when somebody tells you that they are coming for you now, that they're on the way now, and that if they see you, that they're going to cause harm to you, and they're
streamed
coming
my
now, they're coming
conversation
for
with
you
you.
now. No, there was 2 conversations,
was
and he
not.
did this on purpose.
I told you
He
you had
did
an
this
hour to
on
leave,
purpose.
get a hotel,
He's
go to a
lying right
hotel,
now.
leave. I
There
don't
were
want to see
2
you.
phone calls.
There was not a
He's
threatening
lying,
call.
Dr. Phil. Can we have a lie detector test?
Well, here's the 911 call.
Emergency police assistant.
Maya, I'm like seriously in fear for my life.
Honey, just take a deep breath for me, okay? We're gonna get help to you.
He basically said that if I am not out in an hour that he is going to like seriously harm me, telling me to leave right now or he will like hurt me.
Is he at the house right now?
No, he is not there right now. He said that he will be back in an hour. So I'm terrified. Like I need help. I'm seriously scared that my dad will actually kill me and I don't want to end up on the news. I'm really scared.
Does he have any weapons within the
Yes, he has multiple weapons. Please have someone come.
Can you look out the window and see if my officer is there? I'm showing
Yes.
he's almost there.
For me, by being live, I felt like if my dad came before the police came, because I only had them come not to arrest him, not to file a report. I had them come to make sure that I could get to my hotel safely.
So
I just said,
y'all
bring
have called the
somebody
police
here.
like 50 times?
He's called them for documenting paper trail purposes, not me.
Oh, you've never called 911
I mean, I'm
previous
sure
to this
I've
call.
called a couple times. I
So
just
what
wanna
does
move
Maya's
on.
mom have to say about all this? Y'all have to be wondering where she is in all this. We talked to her. We'll find out what she had to say next. Well, as I said, we talked to Maya's mother, and she gave us a statement, and here it is. I want to defend Maya. She is a victim of Jim's. He created this, but she seeks attention in a sick way because she's never been validated before. Jim was physically abusive to me and Maya, but he was smart about it. Jim would hold me against the bed. He pushed my head on the floor. A few times he held a gun to my head. Maya was spanked many times. Sometimes he left marks. I only stayed because I couldn't control Maya on my own. Jim would tell Maya, "You're stupid or you're going to fail in life." She can lie too. Maya cannot manage her emotions. I eventually had to leave because Jim was abusive to me. I wanted to take Maya with me, but I was scared of her at times and I couldn't handle her alone.
Yeah, that's filled with lies. I mean, me and my
No,
ex-wife are
she's
bitter.
not lying.
And
Then where did the
and
CPS
so,
reports come
well,
from?
hold on.
She's not
she,
lying.
She is an adult as well. If she believed those statements that she made, then why does she not
Then why
ever
did she leave me at
petition
8 years old? Why did she
petition to
leave
get
at 8
custody
years
of
old?
you?
Why did
We've
she
been
leave her
divorced.
kids
We
at 8
processed
years
2
old?
divorces, and she had 2 opportunities with a lawyer, and she has her own income and career.
Besides the
that she could have
divorce,
fought
she
for
has been
custody for
living
you.
separate for.
If these statements are true, Dr. Phil, she's had 2 times at least to
Oh
get
my
custody of
God.
Maya, and
All right.
twice Maya has went to live with her. So if she truly believed this as a parent, then she could have saved Maya from a life of abuse if she truly believes this
In
statement.
fairness to you, let me be very clear. So you're saying in these statements that what is not true? She says you held it.
This is all slander and not true.
Okay, well, and that's what I say. I want to give you the opportunity to,
So my rebuttal, Dr. Phil, is
you didn't hold a gun to her head.
no, sir.
Not once, not
No,
twice.
sir.
You didn't abuse her.
No, sir.
You didn't hold her head
No, sir.
down on the floor. You didn't.
No, sir. She held her mother's head down on the floor during the family violence.
I've
that the
literally
police came
seen
through.
my dad beat my mom. I've seen it. I've seen one of the gun incidents. I've seen it myself.
But you say it didn't happen.
Did not happen, Dr. Phil.
And you're saying if it did, she had plenty of opportunities to allege that in a petition,
Yes.
divorce petition, and assert
Doc.
that, and she never did. I really think sometimes all you can do is take the high road. You have to be the calm in the eye of the storm, and I don't think you ever, ever, ever parent a child, manage a relationship by humiliating someone publicly, regardless of what they do to you. Just father to father, I would tell you, take the high road and stand down here. Maya, you have to make a decision about who you are.
I have.
And if I was marketing you, I wouldn't market you the way you're marketing yourself. I think you would blow up 10 times where you are at this point if you went positive and tried to share yourself with particularly young girls and gave them something to aspire to. And I do think that you suffer from some mental and emotional discomfort. And I would think on your own, you would want to resolve some of that pain. And I'm willing to help you do that. I'm willing to get you an individual therapist that you can talk to online through Doctor On Demand. It's a company that we own, and you can sit there and talk to a board-certified licensed therapist that you can have private time with and discuss issues that you want to help resolve some of the emotional pain that you have. I wish nothing but the best for you, because I think you would be a lot more marketable if you went positive.
It's like I'm not hurting anybody. I just wish people would like
No,
chill
but you
for
might be
stuff.
hurting you. And you say everybody's jealous of you. I'm married to one of the most beautiful women in the world, and she's not jealous of you, I guarantee you. And she has millions of people that follow her just because they
Not
aspire to,
everybody's jealous, but a
you know,
lot.
they aspire to what she stands for. She fights domestic violence, and she's a fashion icon. I mean, there's so many things that people aspire to. I know how positive works, and I know you have that in you. Just think of it, just consider it.
I'm famous for being beautiful.
Is his teen
You have cancer. You are such a loser.
a narcissistic drama queen?
Have you been abusive to Maya?
No, sir.
That sounds pretty abusive.
New Dr. Phil. Check your local listings.